Hi, fourth graders. This is Mrs. Johnson. Today we're going to look at time converting with math. Remember, time is universal. So if you take a look at the page in front of you, you have up here 1 minute equals 60 seconds, 1 hour, 60 minutes, 1 day, 24 hours, 1 week, 7 days, 1 year, 52 weeks. 1 year is also equal to 12 months, and 1 year equals 365 days. So knowing that, we're going to answer a few questions together. Some of it I will have you do on your class notebook, and that box is already there for you. So if we go down to number 1, it says the Harper family was going on a road trip from Denver, Colorado, which is, here's Colorado. Let me see what my draw tool looks like today. So there's Denver, Colorado, and then here's California. So what unit of time would this most likely take you? So if you're taking a road trip in the car and you're driving from Colorado to California somewhere, is it going to take you hours, minutes, or seconds? I'll let you think about that one. So what I always like to do is think of the one that is no way, no how, the answer. I call those our throwaway ones. So if we look at hours, minutes, seconds, and if we're driving in a vehicle, even in a plane or a jet, the no way, no how that's not going to be needed in here is seconds. So I just eliminate that. And that's good practice anytime you have multiple choice answers. Then you have hours and minutes. So again, when you're driving across states, and we're looking at quite a few of them that you'd be crossing at least 2, possibly 3, depending upon where you're at. And minutes just does not seem realistic. So you're looking at more hours. If you're wise, it would probably be best to do it in a few days, because my guess it would be probably around 16 hours or more. Okay, let's go on to number 2. Jeff had to go to the barber to get his hair cut. How would his appointment most likely be measured? All right, so if he's going to get a haircut at the barber, so not a beauty salon, so maybe it's a quick buzz or quick snip so he can see, would that be measured in hours, minutes, or days? So I'll let you think about that and kind of think about your throwaway one, the one that no way, no how is it going to be that. So yeah, I don't know about you, but my no way, no how is days. There is no way I want to sit in a chair for days to get my hair cut. I don't think I'd have hair left after that. Then we're looking at hours and minutes. So if you're just getting a quick cut, more than likely it would be minutes. Now I know sometimes if I go to get my hair colored, or a long time ago I used to get it permed, and that would take a little longer, maybe an hour to an hour and a half, but not much longer than that. So for him to get a haircut, we're looking at minutes. Right, number 3. Katie was riding a roller coaster at the museum at an amusement park, not a museum park, amusement park. Which unit of time would this most likely take? Days, minutes, or seconds? So think about the throwaway one. No way, no how would it be that? So yeah, even though I know some of you would love to be on a roller coaster ride for days, that is our no way, no how one. Your belly would be flip-flopping. So then we're looking at minutes and seconds. And this one, when I first looked at this, I thought, well, there's some that are so fast. I think, wow, that only took a few seconds. But really and truly, it just happens quickly because it's moving so quickly. but it's not really in seconds that we would measure it. It'd be more in a few minutes. So on average, they're mostly measured through minutes. Okay? Now let's go to number 4. Donna was training for a marathon race. Which unit of time would it most likely take for her to train for the race? Hours, days, weeks for a marathon race. Now, a marathon race is usually quite a few miles. So depending upon what type of marathon, would you just get up and start practicing and have it down and be able to run the whole race? Something to think about. So think about your throwaway answer. So my throwaway answer right away was hours, because I know it takes a long time to train for a marathon race. Okay, now we're looking at days and weeks. So you want to be in good shape if you're going to be running miles on end. Would it be better to do that in a matter of days or several weeks? So I was looking at, it even could take up several months or even up to a year for some people to train, depending upon how well in shape they are. So I'm saying it probably would be more in weeks. Okay, now we're going to look at completing a 2-column table charts to answer each one of these questions. And this is where we're going to go back and we're going to use our saying, horse to fly you. Got it. Multiply. Fly to horseshoe. Divide, of course. So let's look here. We have minutes and seconds. So what is our horse or our larger amount of unit or time? Which in this case would always be your minutes when it's compared to your seconds. So then seconds are going to be your fly. Okay. Now we need to look at what is the converting of. And I bet most of you already knew the amount of how many seconds are in 1 minute would be 60. So we're going to be working with the amount of 60. Okay, so whenever they give us the fly first, there's our 60 fly. So we're going fly to horse, you divide, of course. So we're going to divide right there. And I could automatically come down here and see, oh, that's in the same column. I know I'm going to be dividing there as well. Okay. Then before we do those, let's move on to these two that are in the minutes. So when I'm in my minutes, that's my horse. So I'm going horse to fly you, multiply. And have my signs already in there so I know what to do. So go ahead and take a few moments and try to fill in this chart, and then we'll look at it again together so we can answer the question. And if I get going too fast, please go ahead and pause this video, answer the box, and then we'll all come back and look at it together. Okay, so when I'm looking here, dividing 60 by 60, I would get 1. Is that what you got? Awesome. Okay, now we're going to multiply 2 times 60. Well, I know 2 times 6 is 12. And then 2 times 0 is 0, and I can put that on my end there since we're dealing with multiples of 0. Okay, how about 8? We're going to multiply. 8 times 6 is 48. And then tack on your 0 because 8 times 0 is 0. We still have to put that in there. Okay, now we're going to divide 24 by 60. And again, when you're dealing with zeros, you can eliminate those zeros at first to look at them, especially when you're dividing, when you have one 0 and the other one has another 0 in the same place. They can be eliminated from each other. So then now you're looking at 6 divided into 24, which is a lot easier of a number to work with. So 6 divided into 24 is 4. Okay, now we're going to move over to the question. The roller coaster ride lasted for 4 minutes. How many seconds did the ride last? So we can use this chart we made, and we're going to go to 4 minutes right here, and it asks how many seconds? Right there. So 240. And is it wise to leave our answer like that when it's in a word problem? No. So what do we need to put as a label on this one would be seconds. Awesome. Okay, now let's go down to number 6. Okay, we're going to look at the chart first so we can answer the question. We have minutes and hours this time. So think about, what is your larger amount of time? Would it be your minutes or would it be your hours? And your larger unit of measure in this case is hours. So there's your horse, and your fly is minutes. Now, how many minutes make up 1 hour? Which I'm sure a lot of you know that one too, again, is 60. Okay, think about what signs would go in between these real quick. And if you want to get started on following that and filling in the chart, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get going, but if you're not done, please pause it, work the problem out, and then come back and check it with me. Okay, so if they gave us the horse first, we go horse to fly, we multiply. And if I know I'm multiplying with that 5 on this column, I also know the 9 will be multiplying. Okay? Here I have the fly first. So fly to horse, we divide, of course. Okay? So now 5 times 60. Well, I know 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. So my answer there should be 300. Okay? Now I'm going to do my other multiplication one, so I keep my mind going in the same path, kind of helps. If you're that kind of thinker, then you do that as well. Just don't forget to come back and put those other 2 division ones in there. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 6 is 54. So 540. Now we're going to divide. So we have 480 divided by 60. So those are large numbers, but remember what I told you up here with the 240 and we divided by 60? Well, I can go ahead and see that 0 there. I can cross that one off and that one off because there's 1 in each in the one spot. So now I'm looking at 6 divided into 48, which winds up giving me 8. Okay, same thing with 360. It ends in a 0, so does 60. I can eliminate those zeros. 6 divided into 36 is 6. Okay, now let's go to the question. Shadowbrook Elementary has an 8-hour school day. How many minutes are the students in school each day? So if they're there for 8 hours, which typically we are too, we're going to come over here to our 8 hours, and our minutes wind up being 480 minutes. Don't forget your label. Okay? All right. Now, this whole section here, you probably already noticed if you scroll down on your class notebook that both questions are there along with a box. So guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be answering that right off your class notebook. Now, your teachers expect this, but if you need to go back and look at the chart, go back and look at any of our examples, you can watch this video as many times as you want to help you get those down, okay? All right. Bye for today.